Good day, Jillians. Our lesson for today, it's all about creating the illusion of space. Look at the pictures. What shapes do you see? We have the circles, square, and triangles. And we have different colors. Color blue, violet, and green. Why is it important to study space in art? Playing with space can help you achieve realistic drawings and produce three-dimensional artwork. We will study the foreground or near space, middle ground, middle space, and the background, far space. So let's start. What is space? Space refers to the areas around, above, between, or within an object. It is essential in identifying the imaginary distance of an object from the viewer of an artwork. There are several ways to show space. Number 1, foreground or near space. Number 2, middle ground or middle space. Number 3, background or far space. Let's find out. The first one is foreground or near space. You were able to identify the foreground based on the sizes of the shapes. Near space in an artwork or photograph. For example, this one. We have the foreground of this stone. Next, middle ground or middle space. Middle space in an artwork or photograph. For example, this one. We have the middle space or middle ground of the bridge. Look at the picture. The next one is background or far space. Far space in an artwork or photograph. Example, this one. The mountain and the clouds. Next, we have an example here. A star. The light color of the star or the small one is the background or the far space. And the middle space or middle ground is the second star that has dark color. And the darkest color or the big star is our foreground or near space. Why is it that some stars appear smaller and have lighter color? What if the stars are all of the same size? This is another example of how you can play with space. The picture gives an illusion that some objects are farther than others. The farther objects are the smaller they become. Note that colors also change as objects to go farther. Space also shows depths. When you walk along the bridge, as shown as the picture, the path in the foreground is just as wide as the path in the middle ground. But in this picture, you will notice that the bridge becomes narrower as it goes farther to the back. Another thing to keep in mind is that there is positive and negative space. So we have positive space. Positive space, the space the subject in an artwork occupies. Negative space, the space around the positive space. Here the example. This is the positive space. The subjects in the artwork. And this is the negative space around our subject. Next one. We have the keep in mind. Space is the area around, above, and within the objects. Space shows the distance of objects from the viewer. Positive space is the space occupied by the subject. Negative space are the areas around, above, and within the subject. Negative space can also have details like lines, texture, shapes, and colors. Subject is the main idea of an artwork. That's all for today, Jillians. Thank you, and God bless you.